Hello and welcome to IndiaPostLive.com. I'm Prachi Jatanya. IndiaPostLive.com is India's first live and interactive news conversation web TV. And today the conversation is all about the much favored, the grand old lady ambassador car. Hindustan Motors has decided to shut down the plant producing this iconic car, citing that there is falling demand. So soon, ambassador will become a package, straight out of a good old memory. Let's take a look at the journey of this car on Indian roads.
This car has taken Indians on a ride literally for 6 decades. A trusted Kali Pili for a taxiwala, a symbol of governmental power and authority, a trusted motor on the rain-battered roads in the hills. The Ambassador has served generations. In fact, this car had dominated the Indian roads till the advent of the Maruti Suzuki in the 80s. Its stocks continued to fall with global brands flooding the Indian market. In fact, the Hindustan Motors did a bit of rework on its design and fuel efficiency to keep it going, but it seems nothing had worked, and it is probably time for this grand old car to be laid to rest.
Well, it's going to be a very lively and interesting conversation, certainly one that I'm looking forward to. Thank you so much to our guests in the studio who will share their memories and some insights about the Ambi as it was popularly known. We have in the studio Mr. Zahid Khan, who is the HR manager at Nitacula, and also somebody who owned the Ambassador for a long time. We also have Mr. Raj Kumar joining us in the studio here. He's an automobile expert. Thank you so much to both our guests for joining us at the conversation. We also have somebody joining us from Delhi on Google Hangout, Mr. H.R. Sharma. He's the MD at Exim Services, also a car lover, and he owned 5 ambassadors. And we have Rishabh Rana, who's an engineering student and somebody who also loves cars. So we have some interesting people as guests here. I'll come to you, Mr. Zahid. How long did you own the Ambassador and what kind of memories do you have with it?
I'd always seen my grandfather with a Morris, which was an Oxford 2 model. So, being a red car, a cherry car, I used to cherish it a lot. And then, after that, my dad bought an Ambassador, and that is how I came to know about the Ambassador car. Ambassador car, it came into existence like Birla, they were looking for replacement for their car, which was a Morris Landmaster 2 model. So the production, it started in Uttarpara, that's in Kolkata, West Bengal.
Right.
And they wanted a replacement for it. So Ambassador, the production started in United Kingdom, that is called the Britain. And then the Model 3rd was introduced into India. And that's how the production started in India. So then Ambassador had Model 1.
Right.
Then it transferred to Model 2. Like 1960s, it was Model 1. 70s, it was Model 2. 80s, it was Model 3. Then Model 4, and then came the Ambassador Nova.
What made you actually buy the Ambassador, and how long did you actually own it for?
Because it was, I was fascinated by the color white, which is for peace. Fine. Then the muscular body, the sturdy ride that it had. And it has always been termed as the king of the Indian roads, which no other car could replace. I mean, if you find any VIPs, the first love that they had was an Ambassador car, obviously.
Right. I apologize, Mr. Raj Kapoor. Thank you so much again for being here in the studio. What have been your memories associated with Ambassador, and did you actually see this happening to the Ambassador car, going off the roads, production actually stopping?
Well, kind of, yes. It was a very successful car in its times. I would say in the latter half of its production span, it was popular by default because there wasn't anything else in that space. But frankly, the company never did work hard towards reinventing itself, keeping in mind what was happening in the industry with an advent of so many international brands. It stuck to its roots, literally, and this is what happened.
But we did see the Dilip Chabria kind of reinvented model. We also, they gave it some kind of a different look. We saw it getting a different kind of a color scheme in movies as well. Do you think that at all had an appeal, or do you feel that there was a particular market that always wanted their classic ambassador look?
See, whatever Hindustan Motors did to the ambassador, it always did it in retrospect. I mean, it was always a little too little and too late. When the average BHP for a production car in the market reached 100, they came up to about 70. And when the shapes changed, ergonomics inside improved dramatically. The ambassador stuck to whatever it did 50 years back, and somehow it didn't seem to find its feet during the latter half of its production run. Even if it had kind of stuck to its classic looks and its classic brand, it could have still managed to find a small niche. It came somewhere in between where it tried to get some wraparound bumpers and some change in it, and like I said, it was always too little and
falling short somewhere.
Falling short.
Right. I'll bring in Mr. Sharma here. Sir, you actually own about 5 ambassador cars. What kind of memories do you have with the ambassador? You must have had many family outings, and was it difficult to maintain it at all? Your thoughts about the ambassador?
My experience and thoughts are such a wonderful. It's such a beautiful car. When I bought in 1984, then there was a new color, green emerald color. So it was such a good car. I drove it till 1998, and then I got in 1988 a white car, the new model. Then I bought in 2005 this MP3, and now I bought 2 years back, 2012. So it's such a good car, easily maintainable, and when you backseat, then people see.
Mr. Sharma, I think there is a bit of a network problem. I'll come to you, Rishabh. What do you think about the ambassador, no longer to be seen on Indian roads? It was clearly associated a lot with VIP culture, the political class. Also, a lot of taxis in Kolkata streets, we'll soon not be able to see those kind of ambassador taxis.
Taxis, because they had a huge boot and the back seat was more comfortable than others. But again, as Sir said, that it was too late and too slow for the changes to come in that car. For an average car, like if you step inside the interior, step inside this car Ambassador, you'll see the interiors are maybe from 90s or 80s. They are not exactly not in the competition with the present car makers from Japan and Hyundai. So I guess those are the things that took down this Ambassador. And also the thing was, like, it could have been a much better experience with for Hindustan Motors if they would have did a little more reinvention of this car, put some more research and development. Because you have an example of Volkswagen Beetle. They had a Beetle in that time, right after the World War, and at that time it was a people's car. And now you look at it, they gradually changed it into such a great car, great looking car. If you even if a Beetle passes by you on a Connaught Place road, you'll see hundreds of people just clicking its photographs. So now you see, this is a car. This Ambassador won't even have this vintage kind of a class for itself, because it's been a taxi. It's been it's been the same for so many years.
Right.
I don't think so. It will be like a vintage car in the future.
Right, right. Great point by Rishabh. But what do you think, Mr. Khan? Do you have certain kind of nostalgia or any memories that you would like to share with us that you've spent as a family in the Ambassador or taken a big long road trip? Anything that you'd like to share personally?
The back seat of the car, I always used to compare it with the sofa that I had in my living room. So that was the kind of feel that Ambassador had. So Morris also, like we used to go for family outings. I had my childhood spent at Nainital, where there are so many pin bends and there are stretches where the height is too much. So there not being any this hand gear in the car. So there was somebody always, looking for stones, and if some other vehicle came in, so we are placing the stones there so that the car doesn't drag back.
Right.
And that has been a problem with Ambassador. If there was reinvention, as our my colleagues here they said.
Right.
So maybe something would have been done. Taxis they stopped manufacturing in April 1, 2011. The reason being because they could not comply to the BS4
Yes.
emission level.
Right.
And this is the same thing that carried on, and no reinvention and nothing was done.
Do you feel then that you're holding on to the Ambassador? When did you actually sell it, and why did you not hold on to it? Its vintage appeal, like Rishabh is saying, is that something that made you rethink, or maintenance was difficult?
Vintage, see, there are three categories. If you categorize a vintage car, then there is an antique car, and then there is a classic car. So Ambassador may be known as a classic car because vintage car, the period was 1930 to 1930, because everywhere the road construction was going on and there were so many changes being made, and that how technology it came into advancement. But maybe you can classify Ambassador as a classic car, nothing more than that.
Right. And why did you decide to sell your Ambassador?
With the cramped space that we have in the parking area.
That was the only reason.
Yeah, that was the only reason, and nothing beyond that.
No maintenance issues. Your family saying that we don't want to be seen with this car anymore. It's too old.
Yeah, obviously that was a point also. Plus that you have difficulty getting the parts. You have to either go to Meerut or there are few places where so it becomes quite expensive also. So in that terms also it was getting quite difficult for me to maintain the car.
Right. Mr. Raj, what do you think then that, any kind of memories you associate, seeing them on the roads, is there something that you'll miss at all? Or, it was a blink and miss, it was, those golden era times that one needs to move on from?
Definitely, I mean, it does have some nostalgia attached to it. In fact, I grew up in Calcutta, and so most of the cars there, in fact, almost all the cars there were Ambis, and so one got to experience all kinds of them. And in those days, with very basic interior fitments and trim levels that came from the factory, there was a huge industry that thrived just on adding all kinds of stuff onto the car and bling on the outside to add your personal touch to it. So one had a good time trying to see different people express themselves differently with their own cars. So we were so starved that putting a single bucket seat in a car was a huge modification, wherein one had to just live with a bench seat. So from there to the current times where people want electric seat adjustments and memory settings on them, it's a quantum jump. And like I said, I mean, it had its time, and if the company had thought about it as some have, in trying to maintain its niche status and actually work
Still
on that,
trying to, right.
And just try and sell it as a classic piece. Like a brilliant example of that is the Royal Enfield Bullet, which is a classic case where people have turned their weakness into a strength. If they'd done something like that, you would still have that on the road. But
well, what would be the top 3 things that you would have changed if given a chance in the Ambassador?
see, there was a huge lacuna in its fit and finish. What was acceptable in the 50s and the 60s is not acceptable today. And the mechanics of it were completely outdated today. So, you know, what made it successful at that point in time was it was simple, it was rugged, and it worked. And the fact that, you know, the country was very nascent in the automotive space. People didn't have the know-how and the technical excellence to
Or the exposure.
exposure. So a simple machine worked brilliantly. It could get repaired anywhere, it could go every place, and it had a huge amount of space for the big families that we had in this country. It was successful. But as you know, trends changed, people got exposed to much better equipment and much better products. This fell short. So if it had kept moving and if it had, you know, made the suspension better, the brakes better, the engine better, maybe, you know, it would have had another lease of life.
Right. Mr. Khan, then do you feel that, you know, with a lot of Bollywood films, including Gajini that we saw very popularly, we had the actress there actually showing off her first purchase as an ambassador car, and she took the entire bunch of kids on a ride. Any kind of other memories that you can share with us, and what was that particular emotional moment when you actually decided to buy the ambassador? Why did you decide to buy it?
It had always been a family car.
Right.
And my grandfather's memory, my grandmother's memory, so they all carried on to it. So it was more of an emotional decision rather than, you know, a practical one.
Right. And you always selected you stayed with the color white.
Yeah, I stayed with the color white.
If you can tell us how many kilometers did it run for all these years, how often were you able to use it?
Maybe more than a lakh of kilometers.
Right, right. We have Mr. Sharma again. Mr. Sharma, if you're just listening into our discussion, we're talking about, you know, memories associated with the ambassador or the ambi. If there are any changes you were allowed to make to the ambassador, what would those top 3 changes have been?
जैसे कि आपने कितने किलोमीटर गाड़ी चलाई है?
Right, right, right.
मैंने 2.5 लाख किलोमीटर गाड़ी ये चली है मेरी।
अच्छा।
2,50,000 किलोमीटर गाड़ी चलाई है भारत में। और फैमिली के साथ में बैक सीट है, उस सीट को सोफा जैसे अभी साहब बता रहे थे, बिल्कुल सोफे जैसी है। और इसका सस्पेंशन जो इस गाड़ी का है, वो आज तक मैंने किसी गाड़ी में नहीं देखा होगा सस्पेंशन। और पिछली सीट, उसमें बैठने का इतना आराम है कि हमने 700 किलोमीटर गाड़ी चलाई, तब भी हमें कोई भी थकावट नहीं हुई बिल्कुल। और मुझे अफसोस है कि अभी गाड़ी नहीं बनाने की सोच रही है। मैं तो चाहूँगा कि गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया को, ऐसा मैं सोचता हूँ।
तो शर्मा जी, आप क्या ये
हम लोगों का तो एक्सपीरियंस रहा है।
शर्मा जी, क्या आप ये 5 एम्बेसडर रखने वाले हैं या आपने कोई बेच दी है, और कितने वक्त और रखेंगे?
अभी मैं 2 रखूंगी, बाकी नहीं, अभी 2 रखूंगा मैं। 2005 और 2012 वाली, पुराने वाली तो नहीं रखूंगा। 1984 की तो खैर नहीं है मेरे पास अभी।
अच्छा।
पर 2 मैं जरूर रखूंगा।
राइट। और आप अभी
दोनों व्हाइट गाड़ियां हैं और मैं सजा के रखा हुआ है। हालांकि मैं कभी कभी कम चलाता हूँ, बट इसके कर्टन, सीट्स, आप जानते हो कंपनी पंडित एंड कंपनी, उससे मैंने इसको रेनोवेट करवाया है और इसके ऊपर मैं एक्सपेंसेस करता रहता हूँ अपने शौक के लिए।
अच्छा, तो आपने 2012 में भी एक गाड़ी खरीदी?
2005 में भी ली, 88 में ली, 84 में ली और 12 में ली।
राइट। और कितना समय लगता है,
दूसरी गाड़ी,
सॉरी, कितना समय लगता है आपको इसे मेंटेन करके रखने में?
कोई ज्यादा टाइम नहीं, क्योंकि इतना इसमें एक्सपेंसिव भी नहीं है। राजीव मोटर्स में मेरे लिए 2-1 महीने में भेजता रहता हूँ सर्विस वगैरह के लिए। इस पे खर्चा कोई नहीं इस गाड़ी की, जितनी बाकी दूसरी गाड़ियां हैं एज कंपैरेटिवली इसमें कोई एक्सपेंसेस नहीं है।
राइट। और कोई फैमिली प्रेशर नहीं है कि अभी बहुत पुरानी हो गई है, आपके बच्चे वगैरह सोचते नहीं है आप ओल्ड फैशन्ड है?
फैमिली तो कल बड़ी खुश हुई है कि हमारे पास वी आर द ओनर, प्राइड ओनर ऑफ दिस कार।
राइट जी। आपकी
तो चाहूंगा इसके माध्यम से कि गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया को आप थोड़ा अप्रोच करें, इसी तरीके से सपोर्ट करना चाहिए इंडियन इंडस्ट्री को, क्योंकि 1957 से ये एम्बेसडर और फिएट हुआ करती थी, तो पुरानी चीज़ों को ये दोबारा से इस तरीके से मेंटेन करें।
आपकी कोई और मेमोरीज है जो आप बता सके, कोई फिल्म में देखी हो एम्बेसडर कार और फिर आपने सोचा हो कि ये एमरल्ड ग्रीन कलर ही लेना है, या ऐसे कोई आप हमारे साथ शेयर कर सकते हैं?
नहीं, वो पिक्चर्स का नहीं, उल्टा हमें लोग देख के हमारे एमराल्ड ग्रीन को लेके लोग खरीदने की सोचते थे।
Acha, Rishabh, I'll just bring in Rishabh here. Rishabh, if you were allowed to make any 3 changes that Mr. Kapoor was also talking about, what would it be? Any particular color that you felt that the Ambi could have had? Any kind of, as an engineer, do you feel that you could have given it any kind of a different, a new age touch?
Yeah, certainly. It could have lost some weight. It could have had a little bit of facelift, and it could have had better engine, because 77 or 84 horsepower for a 1.5 ton vehicle is, very less. You get a 1200 kg car and you get 100 more BHPs these days. So those things are the things that can be changed. And yeah, as Sir said, that if the government or some other organizations end up helping Hindustan Motors, then maybe we can have a better ambassador in the future, if possible.
Right. And have you ever driven an ambassador or traveled in the Ambi at all, Rishabh?
I have travelled in the Ambi, but at the time I was a child, and later on my father bought another car, so it was a Mahindra. So I haven't been much with the ambassador, though I have travelled in the taxi, taxi ambassador.
Right. Mr. Kapoor, I wanted to ask you, every person, probably not of Rishabh's generation, but from many of your generation, always felt, the parents felt, first car that you should test drive or, brush your hands on should be the ambassador back in those days. Is that
Yes, actually it is true, because the perception was that the Ambassador was the strongest car available at that point in time. So anyone who had a large family and had a driver would want his family to learn how to drive the car, it would be the Ambassador, because the Premier Padmini or the Herald were very fragile in comparison to this. In fact, I remember while I was learning the car that I did manage to rear-end a taxi, which was another Ambassador.
right?
And the impact, in my mind, seemed to have been rather extreme, but didn't exactly make any difference to either of the cars, because they both had steel bumpers, and so the impact used to get transferred to the occupants, but nothing much would happen to the cars.
So you're saying you've actually driven the Ambassador as your first car?
Well, not my first car, but yes, maybe the second car, yes.
Oh, interesting, interesting. And your family, what was the reason behind buying the Ambassador? What for?
It was actually the most convenient car, because the driver would drive it, and the rear seat, in fact, if you see the actual dimensions, the rear seat space is not even matched today by majority of the cars. Yeah, if you buy a limousine, that's a different story altogether, but it had immense amount of leg space and elbow room, so
Right.
and it had a very nice curvature to the rear seat, so it kept two people
Very comfortable.
and away from each other, so you didn't exactly elbow the co-passenger. So
Right.
for its time it was revolutionary.
Great. Mr. Khan, for how much did you buy your Ambassador, in which year, and how much did you sell it for, if you'd like to share with us that?
Hard to remember both of them.
It's selling for about 5 lakhs even now on OLX.
Yeah, exactly.
You bought it for much more, right? Back in the day?
Yes.
Which
definitely.
year did you buy it?
It was around 89, year 89.
Okay. And it has run all these years in your family. It was actually used often?
That was the only car that we had. So it was used by me, my brother, my father also. The chrome grille that it had and the door handles that it had, the feeling of when you unlock it with your thumb. So that is a nostalgic feeling still that remains.
And
which
do you
is-
have photographs, etc. of it?
Yeah, I have lots of memories attached to them.
Very interesting. We are trying to get Mr. Abdul Majid, but Mr. Sharma, if you can tell us. Oh, I think we have lost connection with Mr. Sharma. One final view from Rishabh. Any thoughts before we try and wrap up the show, Rishabh? What would be your favorite memory, if at all, of the ambassador? If you've seen it in movies or in photographs?
I have seen a show called Top Gear from BBC, and in that the ambassador won this taxi race. They had taxis from all the countries, 5-6 countries. They had Mercedes, they had proper vans, they had other cars also. Even they had stretches. So in that race, the Mercedes ended up winning that race. So that is kind of a that gave me a kind of a proud feeling that Britishers did not end up having that car in the form of Morris Oxford, but the Hindustan Motors did it, and it ended up winning that race in the on the lands of Britain.
Right,
So
right.
That was a good feeling.
Right. I think we have Mr. Majid joining us from Bangalore. He is a partner at PricewaterhouseCoopers and also an auto expert. Thank you so much, Mr. Majid, for joining us via Skype at the conversation on India Post Live. Very quickly, if you can share your nostalgic memories about the Ambi and what do you think about its, goodbye journey on Indian roads?
It's an iconic product. If you really ask me, I think for Indian roads, I think Ambi, till today, I think if you go to remote places, I think you think of Ambi. So Ambassador was a vehicle which is completely built, keeping into account the Indian road condition. It is a great product. I think whichever road you go, I think you always had the comfort. I think that's what memory I have from my childhood.
And any personal, nostalgia memories? Have you ever driven the Ambassador, and do you own an Ambassador?
I've driven the Ambassador. One of my uncles used to have. I've driven the Ambassador, and at that point in time, we had 2 or 3 vehicles. 3 vehicles we had. But whenever we wanted to go out, always we used to take Ambassador because that is something which you always felt it is reliable on whichever road condition. And it was a feeling, you used to always feel like a majestic ride whenever you used to go on in this vehicle.
Right. Mr. Majid, what kind of changes would you have made if given a chance to the Ambassador over the years? And do you feel saddened that Hindustan Motors was not able to successfully reinvent this kind of iconic car?
I think the main reason for the whole, if you really look at, I think today, one very typical about Indian automotive industry, the way it has gone, I think it will in the future, it will be more of a small car market. And people are looking at a vehicle which is much more compact in terms of using the vehicle plus fuel efficiency. And from that perspective, I think it requires a lot more customization. If Ambassador really has to, or Hindustan Motor really has to, they want to continue this product, they really need to look at in terms of how they can really concise the size and make it more fuel efficient than what it is today. And I think that's where the problem lies.
Right. And any personal memories you have about the Ambi at all, or any movies that you specifically relate to when the Ambassador comes to mind at all, Mr. Majid?
I think any old movies, I think, any old movies you always kind of recollect or probably just go back to a memory of Ambassador. I think with most of the movies in Hindi, like, Leader's own movie of Dilip Kumar, it was excessively used in that movie. Mm-hmm. So I think, that's something which I still remember distinctly.
Right, interesting. On that note, we'll before we wrap up the show, we will play out a very interesting Amul ad that they had, as a commemorative piece for the Ambassador. You can see that on our screens, Amul, Indian icon, with the Amul, girl actually hugging the Ambassador. So, and they try and say that it's going to be rest in peace for the grand old Ambi. Thank you so much to all our guests for joining us via Google Hangout and Skype, and also our studio guests, Mr. Zahid Khan and Mr. Raj Kapoor, for their great memories and taking us on a journey. Mr. Sharma, thank you so much for those interesting inputs about your great relationship with the Ambi, and as a proud owner, we wish good luck with and more memories for you with your cars. Thank you so much to Mr. Abdul Majid and Rishabh Rana as well. Do write in your comments and views on what you think about the Ambassador and any possible memories you have of it, and what could have been the changes that Hindustan Motors could have made to make it survive on Indian roads. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned to IndiaPostLive.com.